Welcome everybody, this is the Black Flag Running Club. I'm your head coach Aaron Adranya, and we are in week 19 of the spring season, and this is officially our last post of the spring 2020 season. All right, before we dive into what we've got planned for each one of the subgroups, I wanted to talk a little bit about what summer season is going to look like and invite not only you, but anybody that you may know to join us. We are going to be starting the season off in a virtual capacity, but we do think within the next few weeks we're going to be able to start to meet in smaller groups. So love to see your faces and have you join us in our summer season coming up here on June the 6th, which is a Tuesday. That'll be our first official meeting day. Alrighty, so the question is really, how exactly is this summer season going to work, given that the first part or the last part of this past season was done virtually? So it is going to start off virtually. And the reason that we've decided just to go ahead and move forward with the program versus delaying and waiting until the county and the city has allowed us to be able to meet face-to-face is that we only have so many weeks between now and when that AFC virtual race is going to be. And for those of you that are planning on doing the Triple Crown series, we don't want to fall too far behind in our training because that is a race that is very important to us. So with that, here's kind of the general plan about how we're going to be organizing the club in 3 separate phases as we head into the summer season of the running club. Alrighty, so phase 1 is kind of what we're doing right now and what we have been doing with the end of the spring season. Basically, you're getting 2 videos a week, one on Monday, one on Friday, kind of walking through the ideas of the training program and about what to expect that coming week. So that will continue to be in place, and we'll continue to do the virtual happy hours on Tuesday. So that portion of it, at least for the first week or 2, is going to be without any type of change. So that's the plan from there. Now, that moves us into phase 2. Now, phase 2, we're understanding that they may allow small groups of people in 10 or less, and then eventually they'll start to adjust that number. So 10 could go up to 20 and eventually up to 50. But basically we're going to do a staggered start time. So more information on that as we kind of move into the season, but it may be something like the run walkers will meet at 5:30, the intermediate group will meet at 6, the PR chasers will meet at 6:30. So that way we can all still meet as a group. You can run within your subgroups and still kind of do the training and start to see some face-to-faces or have some face-to-face interaction and run with some other runners on some of these workouts that we've got planned. So that's the plan. So 3 phases. Phase 1 is going to be the virtual piece. Second one is going to be staggered starts in smaller groups. The good thing about the staggered starts as well is that we're starting to see some restaurants and bars starting to open up. So that means that we could likely be having happy hours. Now, I don't know exactly when that's going to happen. It may not be the first week or 2 of the program, but I would say within 3 or 4 weeks from now, it's very likely that those will start to be part of our regular programming as well. And last but not least, I wanted to make mention about the 3rd phase, which is basically we're back to normal again. Now, I have no idea if that's going to happen at all during the summer season, simply just being that we don't know anything about a vaccine yet. We're still understanding that we're going to be underneath some type of terms and conditions for the next several weeks or maybe even through fall. But for the interim, that is phase 3. We're not there yet, but I do anticipate that we'll be moving into phase 2 here in the next few weeks. So hope you'll join us. So I also wanted to introduce something new to the program that we have never done before. We're going to try it out and see how it kind of goes, which is a brand new 5K and 10K training program. So during this lockdown, if you've known people that have started walking a little bit more than they have before, and initially they're like, I would never run a race, it's just way too hard, it's way too far, or the classic, I'm not a runner, right? This might be a great opportunity, and love to have you invite them in to have them be part of the program. So basically the way that this is going to be working is they're going to be following a very similar program as the run walk program for the half and the full marathons, but their time on their feet is going to be significantly lower. And the idea is that if a person then wanted to transition at the end of the season into a half marathon program, they're going to have enough experience underneath their belt that that'd be an easy transition for them. So something new that we're trying out, not quite sure exactly how it's going to go over, but if you know anybody that would be interested that wants to be part of the club, love to have them introduce them to the club and to this new program that we're offering. And now officially, there's no excuses for anybody, right? Now we officially have a program and an entry point, so for no matter what level of experience you have, whether you're just trying to qualify for Boston, or whether this is the first time that you've put on a pair of running shoes maybe ever in your entire life, we officially got a place for you here at the Black Flag Running Club. Alrighty, so now let's talk about what we've got planned for this weekend, which is our last official get-together as far as the season is concerned. So, most of us are going to be doing some version of a half or full marathon this weekend. So with that, you've got a lot of options as to what course makes the best sense for you. Unfortunately, running the actual course that the race had initially had identified isn't going to be available to us because things like the 163, they really don't like you running on that. So anyways, here's what we're going to do. In the links below, I'm going to provide you with a couple options of both half and full marathons in San Diego utilizing Strava. Pick whichever course makes the most sense for you. Most of them are loops, so you won't need any type of support as far as picking people up and dropping people off. If you are doing a full marathon and it's the longest run that you've ever done, I would say make sure that you keep your phone with you and that you've got some contact numbers or people that know that you're doing it, just as an extra level of support should you need it. Also, we're starting to see temperatures start to increase as well, so hydration plan is going to be very important to you. You're going to want to make sure that you're carrying either a hydration pack with you or money if you need to jump into a liquor store and buy a bottle of water or a Gatorade or something along those lines. Alrighty, so for half and full marathoners, well, you've got some options available to you and you'll just have to decide and figure out which one it is, but make sure you let us know which one you decide to do and how you did. Post that up on our social media account and Instagram at Black Flag Running Club, and hopefully we'll see some great numbers put up on the board this weekend. Alrighty, so you have no intentions of running a race this weekend, but you want to continue to do the mileage. Don't worry about it. We've got an alternative approach for you this weekend as well. And basically, let's first talk about what the map is going to look like. This is a run we've done in the past where we're going to be meeting over at Shelter Island. Basically, we're going to be hugging the water all the way around towards the convention center. Pick whatever your designated turnaround point is, and then making our way back from there. Again, in all of these locations, I'm going to ask you to stay away from some of those drinking fountains, so carrying hydration with you is something that you're going to want to do. But again, as far as the course is concerned, I know that there's parking available at that far end of Shelter Island, and I also know that the entire route of this direction is going to be open and available for you to run as well. So with that, that's your plan. You're going to be running at Shelter Island over to the convention center and back. So what should we be running? Let's take a look at what we've got prescribed as far as your options are concerned for this weekend. All right, so first up, let's take a look at the alternative training group. So first up, we've got the Run Walk program. You guys have been running with us for a while, so no matter if you were on the Restart program or you've been training following the half or the full program, you guys are going to be out there for either 100 to 120 minutes, and your interval is going to be listed as a 1:9 or 1:4. Again, this is 1 minute walking followed by 9 minutes of running, or 1 minute walking followed by 14 minutes of running, for again a total of 100 to 120 minutes. Next up, we have the intermediate group. I actually have a pretty wide range here set up for both the intermediate group and the PR chasers. You guys will be out there between 8 and 12 miles this weekend. So again, pick your turnaround point. If you make it all the way to the convention center, I think that's pretty close to your 12 mark. So something to kind of consider when you're trying to figure out where you're going to go this weekend. Alrighty. That's it. That concludes our official, and this will be our last video for the spring 2020 Black Flag training program. It's been so awesome having you guys be part of it. I feel the love, even though we aren't seeing each other on a day-to-day basis. I really appreciate all the support and your efforts in trying to keep this club going and keep the connections happening. We've got a great group of people to here, and I do hope that we'll be able to start to see a little bit more normalcy in our interactions here before too terribly long. So I want to thank you again for all your support and for your accommodations during this very interesting time. And with that, thank you so much. Go out there, remember, stay connected, be safe, run strong, and hopefully we'll see you guys as part of our summer season with the Black Flag Running Club.